If I had to choose for Mike Cincy, the worst job in the military.
Oh my fuck!
You suck at this.
Mike Cincy.
All right, okay. Hey, I got some puns for you. You ready?
What is a pun?
What do you call a fake noodle?
I don't know.
An impasta.
What?
I went to a seafood disco last night. I pulled a muscle.
What are you doing?
My cat was sick on the carpet. I don't think it's feline well.
Stop.
Oh,
What is going on?
I just popped my shoulder cheese
Am I
into
being
the
pranked?
camera. Yeah. How much does a hipster weigh?
Who are you and what have you done with my funny friend?
An Instagram.
Oh my god.
Why did the octopus beat the shark in a fight?
Why is that?
Because it was well armed.
Oh my god.
Mm.
You know who else is well armed?
Who's that?
Our allied nations. Can you help me with this? I can't get this.
What are you trying to do? What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to get this White Claw open.
Oh, White Claw. Not a sponsor, but delicious nonetheless.
Yeah. Thank you. I'm an animal, so I don't have well manicured hands.
And I am also an animal with well manicured hands, so you're welcome.
Yeah, and so you know what I'm about to put in this delicious, tasty beverage?
What's that?
Strikeforce Energy.
Nice.
It is a liquid substance that gives you energy, and you put it in your butthole. Is what I like to call whatever I'm drinking.
Do we have a promo code?
SmokePit.
There you go.
Speaking of which,
Yeah.
that's the name of our show.
It is. What a roundabout way to do that.
My name is Dan Sharp. I am your host with my co-host, Mike fucking Cincy.
That's me.
You can find him on Instagram at
Ooh.
mcincy.
Wow, that is me, yeah.
Yeah, and then you can find me at Pop Smoke Official with some underscores, I think, in there arbitrarily.
They're thrown in there, yeah.
Yeah. I am not the British rapper Pop Smoke.
We have beef. We have major beef.
Yeah.
We should do a diss track to him.
I honestly, I feel like whoever is sponsoring him has a lot more money than I do. And next thing I know, it's going to be like Nicki Minaj, who we did a co-op with.
Yeah.
Who has one song.
Well.
And it's just going to be like, yeah, fuck Dan Sharp. What up now? And that'll be it.
Yeah, that's
It costs $1 million.
Solid diss.
25 million views on YouTube.
I'm just saying, I feel like we should go at the Pop Smoke rapper. That's all I'm saying. I'm just saying.
Well, maybe let's start more in our community with the you were talking about possibly collaborating with the Marine rapper.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, like who should we diss?
I told you this offline, so it's funny you brought it up on air. But I was saying that the Marine rapper and all the Black Rifle Coffee guys were going at each other for just like different diss raps and like all other kinds of stuff. And I feel like we are creative enough to not only throw our hats in that ring, but to burn that ring to the ground.
I agree that our opening salvo would be epic.
Yes.
However, we were both very insecure.
That's true.
And when the eventual rebuttal came, I don't think we could.
Yeah, I couldn't handle it. You're right.
Yeah, so no, we formally withdraw any beef we had.
Someone called me a 7 out of 10 the other day, and I still haven't recovered.
No, seriously, he hasn't.
That's rough.
Yeah, it's you make one joke.
Ugh. No, thank you.
No fucking thank you.
Nope.
But you know what will take you from a 7 out of 10, as you currently are, to a hard 10?
Oh, God. Yes. What is that?
Combat Combover.
Wah, wah, wah.
And you and our discount code is?
Is it an activity by some people?
Mostly you.
Oh, fair.
Yeah. Our discount code is Cream Pie.
There it is. Yep.
Save yourself some money. And I feel like any girl that has been cream pied by you deserves a free can.
Well, that's fair.
But, however, as I'm not Bill Gates, I can't afford to pay for them all.
Right. Yeah.
So, maybe I should take that back before I have to mortgage my home. And that was just your high school years.
Buy Combat Combover.
So you can either go to combatcomeover.com or MikeCreampiedMe.com. Real website. Functioning.
Yes. Real website, yes.
It actually gets more hits on it than the NBA website.
That's well, I don't know those numbers.
I mean, it's off season right now.
Sure.
So that traffic isn't quite as high.
Uh-huh.
I mean, we're talking like, NBA Finals.
Right.
Which,
are we about to? I know that sigh, and you're about to make a Magic / Pacers pun, and I'm ready for it.
No, I was just going to say that I don't even think the Pacers have ever been in the finals.
Never been to the finals. That's insane because they have.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they have.
Did they win?
They've been to the finals. That's what you were talking about, right? Jesus Christ. All this Indiana hate has got to stop. We have a lot. I'm just saying we have a lot of Hoosier listeners who are big fans of the show and big fans of you.
And to be honest, the only reason I do that is because I know it gets under your skin.
It does not get under my skin, but you're a piece of shit.
You see how flustered he is?
I don't feel well.
And it's good because, like, you know, the listeners from Indiana, they don't hear me saying my negative comments. All they hear is you advocating.
Right.
And so now you're their like hero.
Yeah.
Like, you know, the posters of like Lenin and all that they have over the Soviet Union. Mm-hmm. Like, they're using whatever corn-based glue they have there to put your posters up on the street.
We don't like your puns.
Oh, I'm sorry. Like, what is your glue made out of? Fancy pants?
We have normal glue like everybody else.
No, because you think about it, like, what person was just like, hey, man, I bet if we melt that horse, we can make stuff stick together.
Probably a Hoosier. But that's because we're creative people.
And the moonshine is very strong.
That's not a joke. You will go blind. It's very strong.
And so, like, you know, I understand that there may seem like there comes a lot of hate, but you're also the most charming person I know.
Oh, thanks, buddy.
Also the strongest drinker that I know.
Oh, thanks, buddy.
And which I freely admit those things.
As you should.
You know, so you can't have everything.
Well, I feel like I should. Hey,
I feel like you got more jokes for me.
Well, I have a whole list of puns here, but none of them.
Fine.
So what? Why can't you take inventory in Afghanistan?
Oh, why is that?
Because of the Taliban.
Oh, what the fuck?
Right? Because the tally, it's a number of things, and the ban meaning it's not. Okay, all right.
I'm here for it. Yeah. I'm here for it. So you know what's really fucking crazy?
What's that?
The fact that we have like 30 other countries in Afghanistan with us.
Yeah.
Even though it was clearly our war.
Right. No, we started it.
Yeah. I mean, mainly by arming the Mujahideen.
We're not going to go back that far.
No, because I saw a meme. It's like the end of, like, I think it was Rambo 3. Mm-hmm. And it's like dedicated to the brave fighters and the Mujahideen. And the caption underneath was like, this did not age well. So
that was an 80s movie, you're right.
Yeah. We I remember being in Sangin, and this guy, he was like a village elder. He's, you know, middle-aged, maybe a little older. And he would, you know, flag us down as we were on patrol, and we go over there and we have chai and, you know, hang out and chill and stuff like that. He loved talking to us through the interpreter. And, you know, he was very adamant. He's like, oh, yeah, the CIA trained me. I shot down 5 Russian helicopters with U.S. Stinger missiles.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, fuck, man, that's badass.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, but then at the same time, I kind of squinted, and I was just like, how much terrorizing are you doing these days? You can't fucking tell me in good conscience that he was just putting down fucking helicopters at the Psychic rate, and he was just like, nope, I've had enough.
Yeah, no feels here.
Yeah, it is a sweet, sweet addiction.
Yeah, for sure.
You know?
100%.
Like, despite whatever you might fucking think of combat, whether you've been or not, many people get addicted to the rush, whether they like it or not, you know?
100%. Yeah.
It's the feeling, you know? It's like often, you know, it can be associated with just about anything. Alcoholism, sweet, sweet, delicious Taco Bell, drugs, like whatever the case is. It's it's literally a fucking shot of adrenaline that goes through you and you get hooked, you know?
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah, what are some of your vices?
You literally named all of them just now.
I mean, I can think of like 8 more, but I was going to let you confess.
Well, it's not so much confession as much as common sense.
Well, I mean, you're Catholic, so let's hear the confession.
So not masturbating.
Most certainly never done that.
Most certainly not. Yeah, going to mass too much is my only crime.
Some would say that I am too pious. That should not strive for such lofty goals.
No, I would say no. For being real, rush of endorphins for sure is a thing, which is why my obsession with hot sauce is very real and not just for the gram. I love spicy stuff.
Not just Latinas.
Not just Latinas who will stab you.
Oh boy, but it is a sweet rush.
Nothing like defending your own life from a thick, curvy Latina.
Am I going to wake up to a blowjob or to a knife in my throat or maybe both?
It's roll the dice.
Yeah, like she puts the knife in like her butthole, and then she like flips around 69. So like she got the knife up against your throat, and she's going down on you, but she's upside down.
This is like, insanely specific.
I was married to a Puerto Rican.
God bless you.
And I'm not going to say this is what she did, or that it was a Gerber 357 model knife that she used because she had a very tight
Phoenix,
butthole.
Arizona. Yeah.
No, but on that subject, anal sex.
Yes. Wow. Okay.
I feel very bad for women.
Why's that?
Because I have taken shits smaller than my penis fully erect.
Sure.
And that motherfucker hurt.
Wow.
And it was coming out.
No, I agree. I've taken some big sloppers, and
Poops or penises?
I'm taking some big sloppers. And, yeah, they're fucking poops, you weirdo. And yeah, no, they can for sure hurt. Yeah.
No, because I just remember my my one visit to Indiana. I stopped at a gas station and there was dildos shaped like corn cobs.
Right.
Available for purchase.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I don't understand where the
life size.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know where you're going with this.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's not unusual to stick corn cobs in your ass.
Not when you're from Indiana.
The old Indiana saying, like running backwards naked through a cornfield.
Weren't we supposed to start talking about something else?
No, see, I'm from Florida, so I'm surprised you don't take more shots at me.
Well, because it's low hanging fruit.
Yeah.
I feel like my comedy IQ and my IQ as a whole is better than Florida as a state. So I feel like there's no reason for me to go at you as my friend and Florida as a quote unquote state. So that's why I don't do such things.
Why does this flag only have 49 stars?
Exactly.
It'll be a cold day in hell before I recognize Florida as a state. I think he really said Missouri in the episode.
It was Missouri, yeah.
Yeah, just like that, Missouri.
Oh, was it Missouri? Yeah.
Or Misery.
Misery, either way. It was, yeah.
The Northerners like to say.
Got some good friends from St. Louis, yeah.
Yeah. So, and the funny thing is that the self-deprecating humor and the lashing out your friends, very universal.
Very true.
Throughout the militaries. We did have 56 different countries that listened to us, but I would hope that was somebody that redeployed to the U.S. and didn't die.
All right.
So we only have 55 countries that listen to us
According to the numbers we just got before we started recording. So
yeah.
I don't know how accurate they are, but
just got them.
Literally
the freshest numbers that we could possibly
hot
have.
off the motherfucking press.
Yeah, so either that person died or they came back to the U.S. or whatever country they're from.
That's
Either
right.
way, we wish them well.
Yeah, that's right. And thank you for listening, all 55 countries.
Yep. And if they just stop listening, then I kind of hope you get RPG'd. In the butthole.
Whew.
No, I had a doc who was, you may have known him, a fellow corpsman. He was a trauma corpsman. This is why he drinks, ladies and gentlemen.
This is why I drink, yeah.
And he was in the trauma ward, and this dude took an RPG to the kidney, and they bring him into the trauma ward, and he lifts up the blanket, and there's just an RPG sticking out, and the dude was still alive.
Yeah.
And he was like, "What the fuck? Get this outside!"
Yeah.
Because if that thing goes off, it's a very small thing. There goes $10 million worth of medical school.
Easily, yeah.
If all the doctors get hit, they may not kill them all, but if they all take shrapnel, it's well, fuck, man.
Yeah.
Who's gonna treat them?
That's an EOD thing at that point.
Yeah, so they bring them outside and they get EOD and they remove the RPG and the dude survived.
No shit.
I don't know for how long.
Right.
And he was alive when they took it out.
Nice.
I'm not quite sure. HIPAA violation.
Right.
We're all on pins and needles in the smoke pit, and he's like, I can't tell you anymore. It's privileged medical.
So many cigarettes being ashed right now in anger.
Did he at least have a big dick? He did, Marine.
Yeah.
He did. We're like, yes, high five.
Everybody high fives. That's right, yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Who also has a big dick? Our executive producer.
Wow, he does.
Mike Stedman.
Yeah.
You can find him on Instagram at Stedbro America.
That's right.
Yeah. World's third worst producer.
Easily.
And he's going to be joining us later in the episode.
I'm very excited to see what he has in store.
Yeah. So, speaking of big dicks.
What do you got?
Just love being American.
Well, I mean, fucking A, but...
But back to the idea of the other countries that listen to us.
Sure.
I ran into some of our Australian followers.
Yeah.
And when I was in Vegas. And boy, man, the fucking stories those boys had.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah, and see, so they were telling me that they would train with Marines and stuff, and there was a group of U.S. Marines, First Recon, that was down there, and apparently it was legal to shoot fireworks on base because Australians have common sense.
Okay.
And they let you do fun stuff.
That's fair.
But the thing was don't be a dick about it, right? So this guy was telling me that him and his mate. And I mean that in the Australian sense.
Right, yeah, not partner. Yeah,
yeah, they bought $500 worth of fireworks, and they just dropped it off to the First Marine guys. And the Marines were looking at them, they're like, do whatever you so desire with these.
Oof.
And backed away with their hands up.
Carp launch, yeah.
And they said, Roger that.
Yeah, for sure.
And so they fucking geared up, cami paint,
of course,
rope,
of course.
fucking K-bar on their juice gear, like that old Marines poster from the 90s.
They don't promise you a rose garden.
Yeah. Well, the guy in that poster actually got kicked out for drugs.
I heard that. Yeah.
You put $100,000 into training the guy, and he fucking snorts blow.
Well,
fucking asshole.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I just feel like you should get fucked in the ass. 1 pump per every dollar training they put in you if you were a drug pop.
Oh, if you're a drug pop. Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, please continue.
No, like think about it. Like the American taxpayer, it costs $40,000 just to send a Marine to boot camp. And then if you do any sort of advanced training, you stick around more. Tens of thousands of dollars get poured into you every month, every year.
Yeah.
And so at that point, like to quote Generation Kill, like they're finely tuned Ferraris. First recon. And so like this dude just went out and smoked some weed because whatever.
Yeah. Right.
So,
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But point being is they got all geared up and they went out and they started setting off fireworks.
Okay.
And not just like a little bit of fireworks, an obnoxious amount of fireworks.
Fucking A.
And they were doing it as the sun came down. So like the Australian MPs went out there to investigate, and these dudes are all PT studs, like they're already Marines, but then on top of that, they're recon Marines, or like another fucking level.
Yeah.
And so they would just pick up and move to a different part of the base, like a kilometer or two away. And as like the Australian MPs are investigating, they start setting off fireworks elsewhere. and it's just like a Benny Hill fucking scene, and they're just chasing them all around base, just setting off fireworks and shit.
The old misdirection.
Yeah, and so they did that until it got to a point where it's just like, all right, no more fireworks after dark.
Right.
And so they still let them have fireworks during the daytime. And then the 2 chaps that I met in Las Vegas struck again.
Yeah, yeah.
They went out and they set off an obnoxious amount of fireworks again. However, they left a calling card.
Okay.
They said 2 Cav was here. If you ain't Cav, you ain't shit.
Nice.
Or like the base's daughter sucks fat 2 Cav. The base's general's daughter sucks 2 Cav fat dick.
That's right. Yeah, yeah.
And they're leaving all this graffiti wherever they had the fireworks and the burn stuff. And so like the commanding officer of the base is like, and I have his Australian accent. He's like, "Dango kangaroo right now."
That's right. Yeah, yeah.
Which subtitles translate to, "I want the commanding officer of 2 Cav in my office right now."
Hugh Jackson, cheers, mate. Whatever Australians say.
And so the adjutants and the XOs and the S1 pogues are all scrambling around trying to figure it out. They come back in, they're like, "Sire," which I imagine that's what they call higher ups down there.
Oh, okay. Wow, I didn't know that. Yeah.
I mean, I was there. I would know.
Oh shit. Wow.
Yeah, and they're like, "Sire, 2 Cav hasn't been on this base in 7 years." So they were blaming the fireworks on a unit that had moved like 7 years ago to the other side of the island.
Yeah, yeah.
And so anything that happened like afterwards, like the joke was to blame it on 2 Cav.
I love it. That's
kind of
fantastic.
Like, like the Wagner loves the cock.
Yeah. Did you know we have a listener whose last name is Wagner?
I do.
And she had no idea of that joke.
I remember the day that I found out that she found out.
Okay, right. Okay, so you're tracking.
Yeah, it was a warm spring day.
Right.
Right. And there was a pollen index of 72%.
That's a lot of pollen.
You were being unusually handsome that day.
That's fair, because of the pollen. Yeah.
Yeah. So I feel like these are all accurate statistics that prove my knowledge of this. So please continue.
No, that's pretty much it. Well, because she was a listener of the show, and then I found out her last name is Wagner, just off something random, and then I was like, "Wagner loves the cock, LOL," as I'm one to do. And she was like, "Excuse me?" And I was like, Wagner. And she's like, "Yeah, that's me." And I was like, "You love the cock." She was not tracking in the slightest. So if anything, I think that's, I'm just yelling at this girl who loves the cock, allegedly. And she did not know that was a classic military thing, which I did some more digging. And I think that's an exclusively Marine Corps thing. And I didn't know that.
Yeah, because we call ours our command and control center,
right?
COC.
Okay. Command
Operations Center, Command Operation something.
Yeah.
I don't know. Fucking every unit says something.
Yeah, it's very different. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, the Army actually refers to it as the room where they bang the S1 chicks.
Right. That's the official name.
Yeah, it's the official name, which the acronym is very difficult to pronounce.
Yeah, there's a lot of letters.
Yeah. EP, what do you guys call it?
No, the talk.
Tactical Operation Center, something like that.
The talk, and then you got the jog if it's joined, and then
the Joint Operations Center.
Yeah.
And so, and so it's actually COC, and so it's not like COCK. Which when you see that, it's just like, okay, you fucking uneducated swine. Do you not know culture? You're just trying to be in on the joke.
That's right.
Yeah. So what did she say?
No, she was inherently offended off the top, which makes sense. And then finally, I whittled it down to, it's a joke that's on every porta potty since the Iraq War, from what I've seen.
Yeah.
And she was like, "Didn't know that." And I was like, "Roger." And then we went our separate ways. So I did not know it was an exclusively Marine Corps thing and almost an exclusively OEF/OIF thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I just thought it was common knowledge.
Like the what was it in World War II?
Was here.
I was getting to that. Thank you.
EP with a solid interruption as usual.
Yeah, Kilroy was here.
Yeah.
And it started off as a thing where they would say Kilroy, who was the armor inspector,
Right.
and as they were shipping things overseas.
Oh, okay.
Did I get that right? Yeah, I know. All right. And oh, you'll get your turn.
No
You'll get your turn.
shit, man.
And yeah, so it would get shipped over there, and then kind of became legend.
Yeah.
What other like deeply niche traditions or legends have you seen in your service?
Oh man. See, I don't know what's niche because it's all common to me. So.
Like the shellback ceremony is
Shellbacking
very mysterious to me.
Well, I've never been through it myself either, even though I was underway with a Mew for almost a year, 11 and a half months.
Wow.
Very long Mew. Anyway, no, I never got to do the shellbacking ceremony. But everything I know about like real sailors, not myself, but real sailors who have actually passed the equator and done the shellback ceremony, 100% of all the ones I've talked to said it's a fun camaraderie kind of thing. Granted, there's a shred of hazing that goes into it, but it's all understood. You know what I mean? So I feel like as someone who's never done it, I would like to do the shellbacking ceremony, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never been a part of it.
So are you, is your next command, are you going to go to a ship?
My next command? No, I'm not going to.
So you don't want to fucking do it that bad, huh?
No, I do not.
It's like those white girls are like, oh yeah, I want to travel,
right.
And then I'm like, all right, so do you have a passport?
Yeah.
And they're like on their 14th apple teeny of the evening,
Right.
and they're like, no, I don't.
I feel like it's a shot at apple teenies, which isn't fair because they're delicious.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But you were giving me shit over my White Claw earlier.
First off, your White Claw. Who drinks mango White Claw? Everybody knows black cherry is the only one you can drink.
Unless you're Puerto Rican, then mango reminds me of
it's
my
only black
grandfather's mango trees in Puerto Rico.
After this one airs, I'm going to put up a poll on the Instagram that says which White Claw is better, and I guarantee, I keep burping, black cherry's better.
Now, not that I have an aversion to black cherry, which is also delicious.
Yeah.
However, it was the only one that they have at the gas station.
And I understand that.
Because right before we got to the studio and started recording this episode, I had to get provisions for the later half of the show.
You did. Is it time to set that up? What time is it?
EP, how long have we been going?
22 minutes.
All right, so maybe wrap for another 10, 15 minutes?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I can tell you more about the Australian lads.
That's right, yeah. I don't think they look that much like us. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I met these two guys, and I think that they were like the Australian version of us.
Yeah, he swore up and down. It's like, I found our Australian doppelgangers. And I was like, let's see. And it was literally two dudes who are dudes. One of them has tattoos. One of them has a beard. And he's like, am I right? And it was not anywhere close.
So I'm going to send this picture to EP now so I don't forget. And please take a time hack so you could put this in the video. So make sure to check out our YouTube and our Facebook video for the full experience. But yeah, so one was a handsome bearded man.
Right.
And another one was a tattooed fuckboy who had dark hair and dark eyes, a comb over.
So that was Dan, yeah.
Yeah, so I like, I'm not saying there are twins or anything, but it was
you
kind of like...
claimed up and down. You sent me the picture with no context at first, and I was like, who are these average-looking people? And you were just like, there are twins, and then you went more into it.
The Australian version of us.
I don't see it. I see two men who are also men. That's about it.
men,
right.
Men.
I don't want to pay royalties.
And so, yeah, they were very adamant about the fact that it is extremely easy to get laid in the military.
Okay.
Especially in Australia. And so much to the point where that crackheads would actually live in the janitor's closet on the barracks.
Okay.
And they would just have like a little like Bunsen stove, or like a cot, and they would just like live back there. And basically you would bring them like beer and food, and they'd like cook for you, and they'd like suck everyone's dick.
Right.
And so everybody had STDs.
What a bad ending to that story.
So like the idea, like, like there's one crate of like pyrotechnics, and if it was a bad batch, then everybody's like trying to like shift fire, but nobody's fucking pop-ups are working.
Right.
It was like that, but with penises.
That sounds horrific.
But yeah, can you imagine just like, you get off work for the day and you walk down the old janitor's closet, and there's insert whatever name of female you don't like, because I'm sure I'm gonna get an angry message. Whatever.
I was gonna say, don't throw a name. Yeah.
Yeah, because I feel like at this point in my life, it would definitely be targeted. But yeah, you just walk over there, you know, you get a little blowjob, you know, put a little stank on it,
Yeah.
and then, you know, your buddy's like, high five, me next.
I feel like if the United States Marine Corps did that, Thursday nights, aka field day, would be very different.
Yeah, but like, you're not allowed to fuck the crackhead
Yeah.
until your rooms are white glove inspection
Exactly.
ready.
Yeah.
It'd be like whirlwind.
Yeah. 3 hits and I come back.
Yeah, and so whenever they would have like the you know how you get like chow for whoever's on duty.
Right.
Yeah, so they would have all the people who are on duty and they have like one person who gets to chow for everybody, like in the battalion there would be a couple different barracks in each level or whatever. So they would put an extra takeaway tray on the order.
Yeah.
And like guys would just go there and just like give her a tray.
That's very true. Yeah,
And it was a
it's
very
true.
common thing.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and have you ever seen anything like that?
I have not. I know you're looking for a handoff, but I have not seen anything like that.
I remember being in the 3-4 barracks in 29 Palms, and I think it was Lima Company was on the 3rd floor, and we're getting ready to like go out to I think Bridgeport or something, you know, some sort of op, right?
Fuck Bridgeport. Go ahead.
And so we're sitting there in the little parking lot that's right there. And it's like right next to the barracks. It's stupid because you could be in your room playing fucking PlayStation or Xbox.
Right.
Instead, you have to be sitting out on your pack.
Yeah.
And we're sitting there, and all of a sudden we hear this girl start screaming. She's like, "Fuck you, you piece of shit! Like, you know, you want to be fucking done? Oh, I'm fucking done too, right?"
Damn.
And so this girl had just gotten dumped.
Okay.
And so she goes outside, comes down the stairwell, and goes down to the first deck where weapons company was, and points at like 5 guys, and they all disappear into one barracks room.
Woo.
And then, like, an hour later, she comes, like, wobbling out and, like, gets in a car and drives away.
Right.
And I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
First of all, let me get in on that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Second of all,
Dirty
is
weapons.
she coming back?
Right, exactly. Just a bunch of jacked Irish dudes. Yeah. Every fucking time.
O'Brien,
O'Brien,
O'Malley,
yeah, exactly.
O'Shanigan.
All the O shits. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like that's a requirement to be a machine gunner. You know, you have to be surly. And Irish.
Yeah, very much so, yes.
Yeah. And so it's just wild. Like, she's just like, "Oh, you're gonna dump me?" Like, all right, cool. Like, six of your fucking dudes.
Yeah.
You're just like you, and you.
Well, that's the perks of being a barracks bunny.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can knock on a door and insert a dick. It's really that easy.
It really is that
yeah,
simple.
it really is that easy.
But I just imagine the paternity testing later on.
Whew,
Like
Maury,
whatever
yeah.
JAG.
Yeah.
So this JAG officer, he's sitting there, and especially if it's on like 29 Palms where it's mostly infantry.
Yeah.
You know, and like the comm school, which is like a bunch of girls getting banged out anyways by infantry Marines. And he's sitting there, and he's like, "You mean to tell me that you have a child, and it could be any one of these 8 Marines,
Yeah.
and you don't know which one?"
Right, yeah. And he's like, "Well, Mrs. Wagner."
He's just sitting there like smoking a cigarette in a government building he's not supposed to.
Oof, to be a JAG in an infantry regiment has got to be just an absolute whirlwind of emotion.
No, I knew a guy who was a paralegal, right?
Oof.
In the Marine Corps. And it would be like the most fucked up things. Like this Marine, he had gotten caught doing gay porn.
Yeah.
And, you know, you're not supposed to do that when you're in active duty.
Makes sense.
Any porn, gay or straight, but
Yep.
it was specifically gay porn. And so they compiled like 3 hours worth of all the scenes that he had shot. And he had to go through and document on each time whenever you saw an identifying feature, whether it be a tattoo or his face or you know, like whatever the case is, like a body mark. And so he had to sit there and watch like 3 hours of gay porn chronicling all the proof against this Marine for his court-martial.
Right.
And that's just the shit I want to talk about.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly, yeah.
like there's some fucked up things that he had to like sit there and watch that I don't even want to talk about.
Exactly.
You know? And it's just like, fuck, man. Like, I thought my job was bad.
Like, you just like walk into his office, "Hey, sir, can I?" And he's like, "Sergeant Sharp, what do you want?" Just a butthole on the screen. I'm doing research.
No, this guy was enlisted.
He's paralegal.
Yeah,
Okay, makes sense.
he was like a Lance Corporal. Like, he joined the Marine Corps because of 9/11, you know?
Right, exactly, yeah.
And, you know, his recruiter swindled him into paralegal.
Yeah.
Well, it's basically infantry, you know? So, like, you know, you're really protecting the rights of Marines when you're in between firefights, you know? And so you're basically infantry, but you also get a legal degree. And he's like, "Really?"
Man.
I'm like, absolutely
right,
nothing.
yeah.
That is true.
He's like, "By the way, look at this butthole."
And it was just like the most, and I know like this is funny to talk about when you like, but there was some really fucked up shit in there.
Of
Of
course.
And it was just like, that had to have been like the worst fucking experience in the world.
Yeah.
Then a good buddy of mine, he was attached to the mortuary affairs. He was an 0311, and his entire job was just to stack bodies, like body bags.
Legitimately stack bodies.
Yeah. So like they come through from the morgue or whatever, and it'd be like you have to make a pile. Be like, all right, Taliban on this side, U.S. on this side, and then separate it like Marines, Army, whatever else, contractor, Navy, and on this side it'd be like, all right, this guy was an armed combatant, this one was a civilian,
right?
And he'd have to like handle the bodies and prepare them, and it's just like, that sucks, man. Like, you talk about, like, yeah, you spent my entire deployment stacking bodies, but not even in the fun way. It was terrible, you know?
Yeah, I worked a lot with the mortuary affairs people, obviously, and still do on occasion, and it's just, man, talk about just, like, stoic professionals, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, like, emotionless, but still very squared away, so just, I can't imagine that shit.
It's just, like, how do you eat after that, you know? Like, because there's times, like, after a firefight or after something, or, you know, we'd be loading casualties onto a bird. Like there's one time we had to wait for like 6 or 7 hours. I think it was actually 8 hours after everything was said and done, because there were Afghan soldiers that had gotten blown up and just blown to bits. And we couldn't move the bodies without permission. But whatever fucking 2-star Army general was in charge of the AO was out golfing or you know, some shit. And so we had to sit on the bodies for hours. And it got to the point where like the heat and, you know, like bodies like, usually they bloat and release gas and stuff like that, but these guys have been eviscerated so bad that it wasn't even like the case.
Yeah, the air would escape.
And so it was just like these bags are just like still like you wouldn't have known what was in them. It could have been anything. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, man, fuck, I'm hungry. And so I pull out like a First Strike bar from an MRE.
That's right.
And I start munching on it, and all my guys are like, oh, thank God. And I think I may have talked about this before. But, and it's just like the idea that you know, they didn't want to be the one. They didn't want to be disrespectful. And I was like, I'm sitting there with a mouthful of trans fats and plastic in this power bar. And I'm like, they won't mind.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You eating that, buddy? Yeah.
And I look at him and I'm still chewing this. I'm like, look, if I get fucking schwacked, feel free to go ahead and eat.
Exactly.
Like, you don't need to be fucking doing me any favors. Exactly, all right? I'm not going to hold it against you unless I will. Ooh. Yeah, but you know what would really make the meal a lot better, though?
What's that?
Grill Your Ass Off seasoning.
Wah, wah, wah.
Veteran-owned, MSG-free.
Oh, yes. Very
Yeah. And they have cool, irreverent names like Pop Smoke Fajita, Ma Deuce, Seasoning, and others.
I was going to say Pop Smoke is the best. I'm just saying. Not that I'm biased or anything, but Pop Smoke is the best. I'm just saying. You know,
we don't attach the name to anything shitty.
Amen to that.
Except for that line of condoms.
Well,
yeah, that did not work out.
Hindsight, invisible condoms probably not the best thing.
Yeah. No, see, that's the thing. You would tell a girl that you're putting on an invisible condom.
Yeah.
Like, you just flash the ramen packet.
Pop Smoke.
And skeet, shoot the jizz, and out you is. Yeah. Then you pop smoke.
I'm all about coming and going.
Yep. And then you're at a Chuck E. Cheese getting a pizza 18 years later.
I don't want to talk to you about Chuck E. Cheese. You make me sick.
Yeah, I had some bad fucking gas from Chuck E. Cheese. But that doesn't need to be discussed.
That is not. No, you're right. Some things are left off this show.
Yeah, so for, I think that was all our sponsors.
Yeah, no, you crushed it.
Missing anyone?
Knocked out.
Oh, yeah, check out warfighterscuba.org.
Oh.
An awesome nonprofit that does diving trips for combat wounded veterans. I went through myself, and I won't shut up about it.
Legitimately will not stop talking about it.
All right, so before we transition into the next part of the episode, in your experience, what is the shittiest job to have in the military?
Oh, man. Well, I mean, that's... Fuck, what a question. I mean, it's all in the eye of the beholder, right?
Yeah.
Because some people would swear up and down the shittiest jobs to be like, you know, an 03 Dum-Dum or 11B and just... you know, pushing rocks and not giving any fucks. But some people fucking live for that shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some people would swear, you know, being an admin person is the worst job in the military. So, let me think. If I had to choose for Mike Cincy, the worst job in the military. Fuck. Probably... Fuck, I don't know. I feel like there's... benefits in every job, and that's just me saying that, honestly. I feel like you can find job satisfaction in any job you do in the military, but Worst job would probably be an RP.
What about those Army medics that have to help in the paternity ward?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so there's always something. Well, I was gonna say anything medical. If
Fuck, most of these are mine.
yeah, exactly.
Is what you'd be saying.
Irrelevant. But I just anything medical wise, of course, anything that comes to do with mental health is always insanely stressful. I have such a small slice of that pie, and it's insanely stressful to me. So anything medically related, both mentally and physically, I feel like there's niches of that would just absolutely be the worst job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'll get the message from some kid who's in high school. And he's like, "What should I do in the military?" And I'm like, kid, like I don't know you. I don't know your hopes and your dreams and your mental and your physical capacities and your desires for the future, or your trade skills. Yeah. Like I don't even know what fucking branch to start in. Like let alone what job out of hundreds in each. Like talk to a fucking recruiter, man.
Exactly, that's their whole job.
Yeah, go take the ASVAB, see what you qualify for in each branch, and see what they offer.
Yeah.
Benefits, incentives, schooling, bonuses, promotions. Whatever the case is, and then do your due diligence and look between them, and then see what you're eligible for.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I agree.
And then fucking go join the French Foreign Legion if you can't figure it out.
Such badasses.
Yeah, people will tell me like, oh, I would do anything to fucking go to combat, and I'd be like, all right, go join the French Foreign Legion.
Would you want to be a mortarman/medic? Because they hold 2 MOSs at the same time. I've trained with those guys and girls before, and they're absolute animals in the best way.
I didn't know they had females.
Yeah, they have a few.
Yeah.
It's slowly integrating. It's nothing frontline oriented, but there are females putting around.
Yeah, I was talking to a Legionnaire, and after he got out of the Legion, he came and joined the Marine Corps. And he was like, the Legion is great because there's no bullshit. There's no like, oh, you're stressed. Like, here's a stress card.
There's no
or
bullshit.
Oh, I can't fucking handle it. No, like they'll just let you die in training.
100%, yes.
Like more people die in French Foreign Legion training than like Americans have died in combat this year. It's insane.
Very true.
And there's none of that, and it's like everybody is big boy. Like they do their jobs, and if you don't, you get your ass beat.
Very true.
And pain retains. But however, he said that the Marine Corps has better training, better tactics, a better sense of camaraderie, and that overall, it's insane to say that is a more efficient organization.
Yeah.
Like we do combined arms very well.
Yeah.
And I think that's what the Marine Corps does better than any other military service in the entire world is small unit leadership and combined arms. And he told me that one of the interesting things about being in the French Foreign Legion is that you would train for months at a time, and then you get like a weekend pass, right?
Right.
So now all these boys, like they're dressed well, they have to be in proper civilian attire, they're going out to town, they got a pocket full of money, and they were not allowed to leave unless they had a condom in the left breast pocket of their polo.
I'm all about it.
Like our NCOs check for belts and
right,
shit
exactly.
like that.
No,
they'd have to have a condom.
Well, the way the Marine Corps views proper civilian attire, no one's getting laid anyway, so, so we're good.
Yeah, and it's like as soon as you get outside the gate, you're putting on your fucking cool guy gear.
That's right. Yeah.
And stuff like that. Yeah, so I would have to say that if I thought, thank you for asking, by the way, what I think the worst job to have in the military would be one that you got lied to about.
Oh, okay, yeah.
What, like you said, there's always a chance for job satisfaction. If you choose to work hard in whatever your endeavor it is, that will be its own reward.
Right.
You can choose to excel in any field you're in. But however, I've met people that they were flat out lied to about what their job was going to entail. So that would be my advice to some of our younger listeners who are waiting to go in or whatever the case is do your homework, talk to people who have been there, and take everything at face value.
Hell yeah.
Like a recruiter may tell you, oh, well, you have to do this. May not be the case.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, he's just an asshole, probably with tattoos. And
I don't. Okay.
You're not a recruiter. And so at the end of the day, he's got a quota to fill. He's got a mission to achieve.
He also has a job he hates. So.
Yeah. And so... Yes, we're going to go ahead and go into our next segment, which our executive producer is going to be interviewing somebody while eating. What did you get them?
So it's the, I don't want to misbrand, the Pocky One Chip Challenge. It's the world's hottest chip. It's you've seen it on YouTube for probably about 2 years now, and all these other things. And so EP, demanding more airtime, decided he wants to eat one of these chips and interview a super fan of the show. So she'll be on. EP will be on. It's gonna be a really good time.
All right, let's go ahead and cut to that.
What's going on, guys? Hello, Allie. Welcome to the show. Thank you for joining me in my pain I'm about to endure. Okay, so what we're going to do here is I'm going to ingest this hot chip. It's a California Reaper from Carolina Reaper chip, one of the world's hottest chips out there. I'm going to ask you questions while I do this. I'm not really ready for this, but it's going to be a fun time. You ready?
And I'm not to resuscitate you if you die.
Yeah.
Okay, noted.
No CPR.
Okay, got it.
All right, so let's pull up the questions here before I ask you.
Let's
So
do
I'll be
this.
freaking out.
Okay.
Ready?
I guess so.
All right. So the bag has a big thing, a big, skull and crossbones on it. I don't know if y'all can see that or not. So it means death.
Yeah.
Oh my! It's already spicy. I just bit into like the wrapper and it's spicy. Holy shit! Oh my god! There's two in here. Oh no, they're just broke apart. That looks like something out of hell. Like it just like came from the bowels of hell, pretty much. Oh my god! All right, you guys ready?
I'm ready when you are.
I'm not really ready.
All right.
Okay. Here we go.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. Fuck. All right. Why cereal soup? Why is cereal a soup?
What?
Why is cereal a soup?
Why is cereal a soup?
Yeah.
Cause it's in a liquid form. I don't know, cause there's milk in it. Why is cereal soup? I don't know that answer. Next question, please.
What's invisible, but you wish people couldn't see?
It's invisible.
Yeah.
I don't know what is invisible, but you wish people could see.
That's the question.
I don't know. Where did you find these questions?
I don't know, Google.
I had better questions.
Oh my fuck.
You suck at this.
I know, I can't.
Go off. No. Fuck Google.
Here's a hot dog and sandwich.
No, it's not a sandwich. It's not. It's a hot dog.
No, I can't do it. Can't do it.
Okay, so think of better questions because
I'm
Google
trying.
is not good.
What is the best Wi-Fi name? What is the best Wi-Fi name you? Oh my god, that was bad.
What is the best Wi-Fi?
Oh my god.
What is the best Wi-Fi name? I don't know. Probably because the FBI like surveillance vans. The best names.
It's not going away, dude. This is so bad, dude.
You eat 2 chips.
What the actual fuck was that?
I don't know, man. I'm sorry, everybody who was listening.
I would like to take this moment to apologize to our listeners
Yeah.
for absolutely fucking nothing.
Absolutely fucking nothing.
Our executive producer put his body on the line.
Exactly. You want more EP, you get all EP.
Eating the world's hottest chip.
Exactly. Who's done it? Him. That's it.
Yeah, he's got the fucking certificate to prove it.
That's right. It came with a lot of swag.
Yeah, well, he did his best to make it through.
He did.
I would like to point out the fact that you did warn him to get better questions.
I did, yes.
And we probably should have briefed our guests a little bit better.
I feel like she held her own.
Yeah.
She did what literally she could.
And when the boat's sinking,
Yeah,
all you can
exactly.
do is just jerk off violently.
Whew, amen to that.
No, seriously, like that guy in Pompeii, the wanker.
Right.
And like they found this dude who, and facing oblivion, a whole ass volcano coming down on him, decided to crank one out. And when scientists found his body, he was sitting there, dick in hand.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that's the way that that EP would want to go.
That's how I want to go.
Yeah.
For sure.
Now, would it just be you jerking yourself off?
100% yes.
Or would you want like 3 girls jerking you off?
As cool as that sounds, I feel like that's a lot of voices I don't want to hear when I'm dying. So
Yeah.
just myself.
Hey, because be like, it's hot in here.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Did you hear a volcano? That's
Did
not
you
the-
shave? What are we?
Woof.
All right, then.
Okay.
So, audience, if you have any comments or concerns, if you'd like to see the physical reaction that EP had,
Yeah.
check out our video on YouTube. And we'll also be posting it on our Instagram, the highlights.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I feel like despite the hundreds of thousands of downloads, we have even more so people who just watch the highlights on Instagram.
Yeah, for sure.
And they're like, woo, yeah, SmokePit.
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah.
So I'd like to thank you all who make it to the end of every episode. We love you very much.
Yes.
And bye.
Bye.